من سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Dear brothers and sisters, it's always an honor when the Imam finds out that I'm off on Friday and asks me to give the khutbah. Alhamdulillah. Inshallah, so I reflect and I think about what is it that I need to hear, and I throw it out there, and hopefully, inshallah, there'll be some benefit in it for everybody that came out to attend today. And may Allah reward us all for pausing from our shopping efforts today and coming in here to answer His call and to be obedient to Him and to remember Him and to acknowledge that He is the one who has complete sovereignty really over all of our affairs. And start off with a hadith. This is reported by Anas ibn Malik. It says, if the son of Adam had a valley that was full of gold, he'd want to have two valleys. Nothing fills his mouth. In other words, nothing, he'll never say, oh, I'm full. That's enough valleys. I'm good at one, I'm good at two, I'm good at three. Nothing fills his mouth but the dust of the grave. Yet Allah will accept whoever repents to Him. So in this hadith, we have one, the inherent nature of the human being is being kind of characterized here as one that is greedy, ungrateful, and unappreciative. And the reason why I throw this out here is because oftentimes, we're in the Thanksgiving season, so yes, Thanksgiving, we should talk about giving thanks. And as Muslims, we're always like, we're Muslim, we always give thanks. That's nothing new to us. And while that is true in theory, my challenge and my question, is that really true in practice? And as Muslims, are we absolved from this challenge of being greedy, of wanting more, of not being satisfied, of being unappreciative, and of taking things for granted that we have? And I'm thinking, no, I think that's a challenge for us. As Muslims, we have a blueprint and a way to approach this. But this same downfall that the messenger says, the son of Adam, that's us. That's us. So we have to listen carefully to the implications of that hadith. The son of Adam, if you gave him a valley full of gold, is not inclined to say, oh, that's good, that's enough, I'm done. Eventually, he's going to be like, man, it would be really nice. I had a whole nother valley. I done spent up that other valley. So where does it stop? The hadith suggests it doesn't stop. That death is the solution to that. And Allah is forgiving. Allah is forgiving. So we know part of this is that we are going to have to acknowledge that at times we're going to be unappreciative for what we have. We're going to be ungrateful for what we have. And we seek Allah's forgiveness for that whenever that does happen. We're not immune to it. Now, this weakness of ours to want more, to want to give more, to have more luxury, etc., 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 this is like music to the ears of these retailers today and all this weekend. Basically, our culture is one of consumerism. So it plays on the fact that you want more and more and more and more and more by providing you with more and more and more and more and more, even when you don't need it. I have a cell phone, it works perfectly fine, it's paid for. But guess what? They just came out with a new one. It has 3 more features. So now, am I really going to be satisfied with that old crusty cell phone that I got in my pocket? I have a car, it works. When I turn the key, it starts. It takes me to where I go. It takes me back home. But guess what? It's 2003. I'm really going to ride around in that old car. They got new cars. They got more luxurious cars. And it goes on and on and on. The clothes that we have, the houses that we live in, the gadgets that we have, it's never enough. There's always something more. There's always something better. There's always something fancier. So for the retail business, the fact that the son of Adam is always wanting another valley of gold, They're always going to try and see how can they get your money. So by consumerism, what I'm talking about is being preoccupied with buying consumer goods. Particularly in this culture, we're buying things that we don't need. And then what makes it even more kind of ironic is we're buying things that many times we cannot afford. So not only do I not need this stuff, but I really don't have any money for it, but luckily they have 0% financing for 18 months, so I can borrow some money to pay for it. Yay. I have a credit card. Yay. So we're set up to buy. So Americans were straddled with debt. So we can pay for all this stuff that's up to date. So even today, I'm guessing since nobody looks beat up, we didn't go to any of the doorbuster sales. You know, the doorbuster sales, I mean, they literally designed this Black Friday for you to lose your dignity. And everybody heard up like a bunch of cattle, and we're going to say go, and then you just go for it. Whoever can get those first 4 TVs that are really on sale. A doorbuster sale, it sounds like they want you to just kick your door open. But people line up, people stay the night over at the store so they can be first in line to go in to buy something that is marked 40, 50% down or less, doesn't matter. Which probably means it's at its real price. Someone asked me earlier today, well, what does Black Friday mean? What is Black Friday about? The idea behind Black Friday, for all my Afrocentric folks, relax. The whole idea behind Black Friday is that this is when companies are going to get out of the red. Red meaning that they owe money, their overhead costs are more than their profit. But when you start getting profitable, then you're not in the red, you're in the black. Where those numbers came from, I don't know. But that's what when they're talking about Black Friday, they're talking about for the businesses, we're finally going to start making our money. And a lot of these retailers, this is the season starting today or starting yesterday, all the way up to Christmas, where they're going to make 30-40% of their profits for the entire year. So for them, it's a huge deal. And for many of us living in this culture, it becomes a huge deal also, because hey, we all like to shop. As the sons of Adam, we always want more, and there's more stuff, and it's a great deal. Last year alone, on this weekend, this 4-day weekend that starts on Thanksgiving and goes all the way to Sunday, I read 137 million people went out to actual stores over the 4-day weekend. The whole shopping season from Thanksgiving to Christmas brought in $655 billion. That's a lot of money spent on TVs and clothes and toys and electronics and whatever else people were buying that they had to have because it was marked down for what they did. So we're weak as human beings, and we're living in a culture that is basically exploiting that weakness. They know what you want, and they're going to give it to you for a small price. So in this situation, what are we supposed to be doing as Muslims? What is our solution to this? And so there's an interesting ayat that in Surah Ibrahim that's taken off the lips of Musa alayhi salam, which reads, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ وَلَإِن كَفَرْتُمْ إِنَّ عَذَابِي لَشَدِيدٌ. Musa alayhi salam reminds his people, this is after they escaped the tyranny of Pharaoh, he reminds them, remember when your Lord said this to you, that if you are grateful, لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ, that I will certainly increase you. I will grant you increase. لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. But if you are ungrateful, وَلَئِن كَفَرْتُمْ, if you don't show gratitude, then know that my punishment is severe. So there's two parts to this. One, Allah is associating your increase, the increase that we want. We want more. Allah is saying, you want more, then be grateful first. Be grateful for what you have first. And Allah will gladly give you increase. And the verb is left open-ended, so the increase could be increase in all sorts of favors and blessings. If you want more, then focus your energy on showing gratitude for what Allah has blessed you with. That's our solution. That's our focus as Muslims. And know that your gratitude is not a favor to Allah. If you choose not to show gratitude, know that His punishment is severe. And it actually goes on later in this ayat, where Musa reminds his people that if all of the people on the earth all together got together and said, hey, let's all be ungrateful, that this does not detract from Allah in the least. He still is El-Ghani, He is still El-Hamid, He still is independent and wealthy and rich and worthy of all praise, either way it goes. So really, the onus is on us to decide what do we want for our own souls. And what are we doing to rectify our own situation that we're in. Which is we're being pulled to get more and more and more of stuff that we don't even need. More and more and more of stuff that is really generally not benefiting us in a long-term way. Generally you go out and say, okay, I need this, and you get it, and after you have it, we're not that different from children. They beg for a new toy, you get them that new toy, and they love that toy for a few hours, maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks, and then it sits there somewhere. Then they want some other toy. And the cycle continues. And we just have more sophisticated toys that we like. And we get it, and we play for it for a little bit of time, and we're like, okay, this is not interesting anymore. I want another one. Charge it. Pay for it later. What's interesting to me about this ayah also is that just reflecting on the history of Musa's people. Because you're thinking, man, if there's a group of people that don't have to be reminded to be grateful, is a group of people that just were saved from slavery. Right? That's the first thing on their mind is like, man, I'm glad we got out of that situation. Oh, thank you, Allah, alhamdulillah, everything is great. But instead, they're like, man, is this all we got to eat? We had better food back when we was in Egypt. Better food than this. What does your Lord want us to do now? Oh, man. So demanding. So the people, Moses' trial was like, hello, people. Remember the favor of your Lord. He just took you from the tyranny of Pharaoh. You want more. Okay, yeah, we're not living it up right now, but we just escaped the tyranny of Pharaoh. How about we show some gratitude? How about we focus on that? And our Lord has promised we show gratitude that He will increase us. He will improve our situation. He will continue to grow us. So that's a principle that's still true for us today. People will think, man, if you live in America, you got it going on. How could anybody in America not be grateful? You're living better than 90+% of the planet. So how are we leading the planet in suicides? And how are we leading the planet in depression drugs? Why are we so sad? Why are we so violent? What is so depressing about living in the wealthiest country in the world with all of these amenities? Why are people so angry? I actually had to take a break from the news because I turned it on and it's a bunch of angry people mad at each other. I'm like, man. And they don't actually report too much on folks that should be angry. You know? People that don't have homes to live in, people whose islands were destroyed. That's not news anymore. Let's move on. Let's talk about this new policy that they're talking about. show gratitude. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was a model for us in every single way, perfect character, and of course part of that character was overwhelming level of gratitude that he showed. There's a wealth, a whole bevy of information, of prayers that he would say, supplications that he would make. But simply, if we say alhamdulillah, we're saying alhamdulillah wa shukrillah, we're practicing gratitude in a very simple, basic way. But we know that true gratitude is something that is in your heart, a feeling of appreciation, a feeling of thankfulness that comes off of your lips, but it's not just lip service. And we need to be reminded of that as Muslims, because oftentimes we get caught up into saying things not really meaning. Assalamu alaikum. I don't really mean that. Alhamdulillah, I didn't really mean that. MashaAllah, I didn't really mean that. Bismillah. We're just in the habit of saying these things, but are they really reflecting what's going on in our heart at the moment that we say them? That's something we need to be checking ourselves on. When I say alhamdulillah, am I really giving praise to Allah for something that I recognize that He's just done for me? When I say alhamdulillah wa shukrillah, am I really being thankful? And what are some of the other levels to this thankfulness? And so another level to this thankfulness, and this was modeled by the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, is being prayerful. We know famously the Prophet was promised, Allah informed him that all of his sins, past, present, future sins, have been forgiven. That he's guaranteed paradise. And so his wife asked him, because she sees him still up at night doing the night prayer, and his feet can't take it. His feet are swelling because he's standing up so long in his prayer. And his wife asked him, why are you praying so much, being that God has already forgiven you? And he says, well, shouldn't a servant be grateful? So we see, mashallah, a tremendous amount of humility, but we also see he's defining gratitude as praying to his Lord. If we could scoot up, that would help out tremendously. People still coming into the back. I woke up this morning, very comfortable bed, and had to remind myself, this is how I think, especially on days when I'm asked to give a khutbah. But I'm sleeping on a bed that is infinitely more comfortable than any bed that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ slept on. And he was the beloved, and he was so grateful for the palm leaves that he was sleeping on. It said that his companion, Umar radiallahu anhu, was in his bedroom once and saw what he was sleeping on and began to cry. Because he's like, you know, the Caesars of the world are sleeping and have much more luxurious accommodations than the messenger of Allah. But the messenger of Allah, so it's subtle, is not concerned with the luxuries of this world. He said, Omar, let them have this world and we'll have the next world. So how content he was. The power of gratitude is that it trains yourself to be content with what Allah has given you with. So you're not obsessed with, I need another valley of gold. Wow, valley of gold, I'm set for life. I can't spend all this valley of gold reasonably. I'm going to have to give some of this stuff away in charity. It changes your entire attitude about what you have and your whole approach. People are depressed and sad in this country because simply they're not appreciative for what they have in life, for their life. And as Muslims, we have to be careful that we're not falling into the same trap because we are just as susceptible as anybody else. as the sons of Adam. So today, my reminder to you all is to seek increase and seek your Lord's bounty and seek more by showing gratitude. The last part of gratitude, besides being prayerful, besides offering thanks and praise to Allah, besides having a cheerful attitude and being appreciative, is understanding that gratitude is work. In other words, you have to take care of what you have before you have set your eyes on getting more. If we cannot take care of the masjid that we have, and the organization that we have, and the ummah that we have in front of us, how can we expect Allah's going to give us more? What are we going to do with more? Just mess it up more? If you're not appreciative of the people that you have in your life already, why would Allah give you more people in your life that can do things for you? So you can be ungrateful to them too? So you can mess that up too? So understanding that part of gratitude is not taking things, people, circumstances for granted and being true to what is the proper courtesy for me towards this person, towards this situation, towards this community, towards my family, towards my spouse and my children. What is that proper courtesy that they owe from me, that they deserve from me? So when you're showing you're grateful for something, you're taking care of that something. You're a good custodian of that thing. That's gratitude. And if you show gratitude, Allah will show you increase. Inshallah. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Things we can do to increase our gratitude. So we pray, we pay attention to our attitude. You know, when people talk about Muslims, they talk about, you know what, I will say this about Muslims. They are some very grateful people. Is that our reputation? We have some work to do. Or you say, okay, we got a lot of bad apples, I can't be responsible for all this negative press. So what about just you individually? People who know you from school, the people who know you from work, your neighbors who know you. Are like, man, that brother or sister, you know, something about that Islam, because they are so grateful. They are so thankful. Is that our own personal reputation? If not, we have work to do. If so, we have work to do, because that could always change. And so our focus is on our prayers, our obligatory prayers. We'll start with your obligatory prayers. And then even offering night prayers as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would do. And to be a good custodian of that which Allah has given us. If we expect that Allah is going to give us more, if we're asking Allah to increase us and increase our situation and bless us with whatever else more that we think we have or we need, there's nothing wrong in that, but are we grateful for what He's already given us? When we take a close look and examination at our lives, the hadith says, if the son of Adam has been given a valley of gold, but in reality, what we have been given by God is priceless. So we already have started off at a place that's worth more than whatever a valley of gold will be valued at. Because we have things that you can't buy with a valley of gold. Eyesight, for example. You know, the ability to jump up and down and walk around, the ability to have your heart beating. It's things that we have that we can't create and we can't buy. Allah has given it to us, and has given us a brain to recognize, hey, someone has given this to me. I should be thankful. I should be grateful. I couldn't afford to buy this. No one could afford to buy this. So on this weekend, let's not be duped thinking we gotta go around and shop and buy all this stuff. We pretty much have everything that we need. And we got extra. So today, let's alhamdulillah, 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 exaggerate ourselves in the praise that we're showing and be thankful. And let's work on that transition of being known for people who are very thankful and people who are very grateful. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا اتمم لنا نورنا فاغفر لنا إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. كما صليت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. وأقيم الصلاة. Excuse me, sorry.